This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at the same website where you registered. And now I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter from Alverno College.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sophia Pieski. I am an admissions counselor at Alverno College. I am joined by my coworker, Alexis Carter. We are both here to answer questions. I don't know if maybe Alexis is having a little trouble, but I wanted to talk a little bit about Alverno College for those of you who may not already know about us. We are a small private college in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We are a women's college. We have like I said, we're a small college, private Catholic college on the south side in Milwaukee. We have a 9-to-1 student to faculty ratio. It's very important to us that our students have access to our professors. All of our professors are experts in their fields. We do not use teaching assistants. They are all professors. And so in order for you to learn from them, you need that access to them, which is why we keep that student to faculty ratio low, small class sizes as well. It does say later on the slide, 25 or fewer students in every class. That's a big class at Alverno, actually 25 students. More likely, depending on your program, you'll probably see about a max of 20 and more often 10 or 15. So that small class size is absolutely invaluable to our students. We are an HSI designated institution, the first in Wisconsin, one of only, I believe, 16 in the Midwest right now. Very proud of that. HSI means Hispanic Serving Institution, I should clarify. So we have a certain percentage of our students that identify as Latina, and that allows us to receive some funding and programming for not just our Latina students, but especially our Latina students. We do have about 40 undergraduate programs, areas of study. Our largest program of study is nursing. Something that's really our bread and butter is music therapy. We have education for all ages, including Montessori education and lots of others. We are a liberal arts college, so lots going on. Please do let me know if you have any questions about our programs, if you are wondering what we have. We have an assessment, it says assessment-based, it's an abilities-based curriculum where we have 8 abilities that everything is kind of built on. Every year you are validated at a different level in each of the 8 abilities. They are communication, social interaction, problem solving, analysis, effective citizenship, creating a global perspective, a couple more. As you can tell though, they're not anything necessarily specific to any one area. You will be validated in 4 levels in all 8 of these, no matter your program, because no matter what you're going to do with these abilities, they're all going to be important. In keeping with that, we are very hands-on, very experiential, and we don't do any letter grades. Instead, we have feedback instead of those grades. You are successful or unsuccessful, but whether you're successful or unsuccessful, your professor is always going to give you a detailed look at what you did really well and what you could continue to do to improve, because even when you're successful, there's always room for improvement. Our student body is made up of about 50% women of color. 72% of our incoming students are first generation students. We have about 1,100 traditional undergraduate students, but we do have other programs for non-traditional students as well, which brings our student population up to, I believe, about 1,800. We have 7 Division III sports in the NCAA. I can list them, but I will always forget the 7th one. We have tennis, basketball, volleyball, I forgot a lot sooner than the last one. Tennis, basketball, volleyball, cross country. Alexis, if you want to jump.
Yes, softball, tennis, cross country, volleyball, basketball, soccer, golf.
There we go. So we are Division III of the NCAA, as I said. We have 100% of our students complete internships. Like I said, we have a very experiential learning, hands-on curriculum, and for that reason, the internship is a very important part of the curriculum. So everybody is required to complete some form of experiential learning opportunity. Most programs, that is an internship. we have a new program called the Thea Bowman Institute, which I'll let Alexis talk to you about in our last minute or so.
Lovely. So Thea Bowman is actually a program just began at Alverno College in which we award full ride tuition scholarships to African-American women. So if you are a Black woman interested in coming to Alverno College, you have the opportunity to come to campus and participate in that program. In addition, we have other scholarships that exist and have 25 different religious denominations represented at Alverno College. While we are Catholic and Franciscan, you do not have to be Catholic and Franciscan to attend. And in addition, 30 student organizations in which our size allows for you to create your own depending on what you'd like to do. And sorry for joining late, everybody.
Totally good. It actually looks like mine says that I'm Alexis Carter, but I'm Sophia Payeski. I'll change that when we get off of this. In our last couple of seconds, I guess I just want to say that a really important part of Alverno's community is a strong sense of support from everybody that you're going to meet. All of the faculty and staff in Alverno really wants to see you succeed. It's not competitive necessarily. You are going to be your strongest competition at all times. And so for that reason, even our students get to be really in on supporting each other. So thank you so much for listening. And we will be sticking around. If you have any questions, please chat us or go to our website, alverno.edu, to find out more. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. And the next institution that we'll be hearing from today is Lawrence University. And I just want to remind everyone that if you have any questions for our representatives, please drop them in the Q&A. And if you have a specific question for a specific school, please add that institution's name to that question. So I'll hand it over to Lawrence University.
My name is Brianna Barkin. I'm an Associate Director of Admission at Lawrence University in Appleton, Wisconsin. Even though you do see our beautiful campus behind us, and it did snow today, I am actually regionally based in Los Angeles, California. So we are a small private liberal arts college, part of the Colleges That Change Lives consortium. And we have both a College of Liberal Arts and Sciences and a Conservatory of Music on campus. About 25% of our students are majoring within the conservatory, and we do also offer a 5-year double degree program for students who want to earn both a Bachelor of Music and a Bachelor of Arts in 5 years. In the conservatory, we have a Bachelor of Music and a Bachelor of Musical Arts, and then in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, we have over 40 different majors. Our most popular right now is biology, but there are so many to choose from. We have 1,500 students on campus, and we are a very traditional liberal arts college, so it is required to live on campus for all 4 years. We do have an 8-to-1 student to faculty ratio, which is one of the smallest in the country. And our average class size is 15, and that's going to be from freshman through senior year. And 60% of our classes are actually one-on-one for independent study and music lessons. All of our freshman students do take a freshman study sequence. We are on the trimester system, so we have 3 10-week terms throughout the year. And your first 2 terms of freshman year, you'll be taking freshman studies, which is a crash course into the liberal arts and being a student at Lawrence. So you'll have a unit on jazz music, a unit on philosophy, a unit on physics, a unit on literature. And then at the end of each unit, the entire freshman class gets together for a culminating experience. That's really special for the entire freshman class. Outside of the classroom, there's a ton to get involved in. A lot of our students do community service in the Appleton community. We do have a campus in London, England. Big Ben's not up on the screen for nothing. It is our campus, so that is the easiest place for our students to study abroad, but by no means the only way for our students to study abroad. And since we don't have any graduate students on campus, it's very, very easy for undergraduate students to get involved in research with their professors. We have many varsity Division III sports on campus. I will not try to list them all, but we do have football, and we just started a women's ice hockey team. We have a lot of music going on campus, of course, with the conservatory. So on any given night, there are 3 musical performances happening in the conservatory. It does get cold in Wisconsin, as we'll all talk about, but we definitely don't let the cold weather keep us inside. And then what you'll see on the bottom left is the city of Appleton. It is right across the street from where I'm sitting. We are a small city of 75,000 people, and we're in the same general metro area as Green Bay. And there's 250,000 people in our greater metro area. Right in our downtown, there's really anything you could need. Walking distance from campus, restaurants, shops, a performing arts center that gets a full Broadway season every year. So last October, Hamilton was in town and our students got rush tickets for $25. And I was pretty jealous about that. But there's a lot of opportunities right in Appleton. And we do have an airport in Appleton as well. This is our third campus. I mentioned our one in Appleton that you see behind me, our one in London, and this is our third campus in Bjork, London. It's in Door County, and it is a retreat center on Lake Michigan, as you can see here. Most students will go on the weekend, about 1 to 2 weekends per academic year, with a club, with a class, with a music ensemble, a sports team, friends, any of that kind of makeup of people. There's no cell service here, so it's really a great opportunity to disconnect from the hustle and bustle everyday life and really connect with your classmates. Every senior completes a Chandler Senior Experience. It is a senior project that really culminates everything that you have learned over the last 4 or 5 years at Lawrence. And after all that, we are so proud. We do have a 99% job placement rate within 6 months of graduation. And that is for students graduating from the entire university, so including students from the Music Conservatory. And last year, we did also have a 100% placement rate into medical school for students who met the med school average. So our students are going on to do great things, and employers of recent graduates really tell us that our students are prepared for the workforce, and we really believe that's because of the liberal arts education they're getting. They can look at problems from all sorts of angles, even if they've never experienced that type of problem before. Applying to Lawrence is pretty easy. We're on the Common App, and we have our own app. We do not have an application fee. We are test optional. We've been test optional for almost 20 years, so don't worry about it. I know it's really stressful right now, but if you haven't taken it or don't want to take it or cannot take it, please don't stress on my behalf for that. We require a school report, which includes a counselor letter of recommendation, a teacher letter of recommendation, and an interview. It's optional, but it is my and my colleagues, one of our favorite parts of our job is really getting to know you. So please sign up for those on our website. And then if you're applying to the conservatory, we also require an audition, a music teacher letter of recommendation, and a music resume. And this year, of course, all of our auditions are going to be self-recorded. There will be no in-person recording auditions, but in a traditional year, we do have regional auditions as well as on-campus auditions. We're pretty generous with financial aid. This past summer, we did reach our fundraising goal of $85 million to become an institution that meets full demonstrated need. So that is very, very exciting for us. We do need to wait for that money to grow a little bit before we can apply it to everybody. But this year we are, for any student that applies and is admitted under early decision, we are meeting full demonstrated need for those students. Here are our application deadlines. The only thing important to know is that if you are applying for the conservatory, you cannot apply early action 2 because that does not fall in line with the audition review by the music faculty. Thank you so much for joining us on this Monday night. I hope you're doing well. And if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat.
Thank you. And our next station that you will be hearing from today is Milwaukee School of Engineering. And as it was mentioned before, please feel free to drop your questions in the Q&A, and you can have them. If you need to ask a specific question to an institution, please just add the institution's name to the question, and they'll be more than happy to respond. So I'll hand it over to our next presenter.
Hi, my name is DaVinci Wallace. I'm an admissions counselor here at Milwaukee School of Engineering. MSOE, we have about 2,800 undergraduate students and approximately 200 graduate students. We do offer bachelor's degrees and master's degrees, but we do not offer PhDs. We were founded in 1903. Our vision has always been preparing our students for their next stage of life. That could be grad school or that could be the industry, but our job is to prepare them for their next stage of life. We are a private school located in downtown Milwaukee. We're right in the heart of the city. Why choose MSOE? One, our placement rate is 95%, either getting a job or go on to grad school, and that's in their desired field. So that's not if you're working at, somewhere you don't want to be at. It's somewhere you want to be at. average starting salary actually, we just learned it went up to 65,000 per year, which is the best return of investment of any school in the state, as well as the highest starting salary in any school in the state of Wisconsin. We have the highest mid-range salary of any school in the state of Wisconsin. On average, our students mid-range, which is 20 years after graduation, is making higher than any other student in the state of Wisconsin. So in 2017, our US News report said we're the 10th best undergrad engineering program. Well, in 2020, we are the 9th best undergrad engineering school in the country. So we're getting better as we get older, that's for sure. We are direct entry. So from day one, you're in your program. You don't have to reapply to any other school. You're directly admitted to your program. Our class size is about 21 students on
Da
average.
Vinci?
Yes,
Da Vinci, can you hear me?
I can.
Your slides are not presenting.
It's presenting on my end.
Okay, do you
Okay.
want to go ahead and just grab the screen share?
Let's see. Let me go up here. It won't let me go back to the screen share. So how about this? I'll end the show. Now let's go from the beginning. Now, can you see anything or no?
No. Are you grabbing the screen share from the Zoom?
Here we go. I'm just gonna try this. Let's go there. Share. How about now?
Now, yes. Now, if you want to put that in a slideshow, and then you can advance to,
So can you see it now?
yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So we're at the guaranteed graduation. So our students, we guarantee they'll graduate in 4 years. If you need a class in your major, we guarantee to give it to you when you need it. We're a very hands-on institution. So we have over 60 state-of-the-art labs on campus. We think to be great at something, you have to do it. So at MSOE, we give you at least 600 hours of lab time. So you get a lot of hands-on experience here at MSOE, which is very unique. Athletics. So at MSOE, we do have 23 varsity sports. This is our Veets field. So this is our soccer facility. There's a short video, but we don't have time. But this is our soccer facility. Across the street is our athletic facility, which houses men's hockey, men's and women's basketball, men's and women's volleyball, wrestling are all housed over there. Academic programs. We have virtually almost any academic engineering program you can think of, except for except for nuclear engineering, petroleum engineering. So for mechanical, you can go aerospace or aeronautical under that. For our biomolecular, that's chemical. For environmental, that's under our civil, as well as if you want to go structural, that's under civil or architectural. So even though it might not be listed on here, we can help with a lot of different types of engineering programs. But besides engineering, we do have actuarial science, as well as nursing, business administration, which includes accounting, finance, MIS, international logistic and chains and supply, which is international business, as well as user experience. So some of our building infrastructure majors, which is architectural, civil and construction management, biomedical, biomolecular, which is, like I said, similar to chemical, mechanical, industrial, computer science as well. A brand new building we just built in September of last year is Dirt's Hall right there. And this is our supercomputer. We have the largest supercomputer next to NASA. So, yeah. So study abroad. A big one for us is Germany. You can go to the School of Lubeck, and then your junior year, and you'll get 2 degrees when you graduate from MSOE. So you get a Scuba Lubeck degree and an MSOE degree, all in 4 years for the same price, which is really unique. Some other places we go to, one thing that's really unique about our study abroad opportunities is you can go as short as 2 weeks, as long as a year. So just depending on your major and depending where you want to go. Our motto is work hard, play hard, get involved. 99% of our students are involved in something on campus through campus ministry, diversity and inclusion, global opportunities, music programs, student government and leadership, student orgs, or clubs and intramural sports. So most of our students do get involved. Res Halls, your first 2 years, you have to stay on campus. Either Margaret Lock Hall or RWJ will be now named Viets Hall, which will be opening up in September of 2021. And then we have Regents, and then we do have upperclassmen and honored tower. So career fair is really big for us. Every year we put on 2 career fairs. So that's a really big thing. And that's why we have a great placement rate and great starting salary. But yeah, if you want to know more information about Milwaukee School of Engineering, please just ask in the chat box. Love to answer any questions that you guys have. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. And the next institution that you'll be hearing from today is Viterbo University. So again, make sure that you are asking any questions that you have in the chat box. I'm sorry, in the Q&A, and then our representatives will be able to answer them for you. So I'll hand it over to Viterbo University.
There we go. Thank you. Hi, everybody. My name is Jackie Morris. I'm a senior admissions counselor with Viterbo University, and thanks for being here, everybody. Viterbo is a private 4-year Catholic Franciscan university. We are located on the west side of Wisconsin, right on the Mississippi River in the awesome city of La Crosse. So La Crosse is a really vibrant college town. There are 2 other institutions here, one of the UW schools as well as a technical school. We're really lucky that our students get to engage and really all be a part of this community together. So that's one of my favorite things about where we're located. And the idea is that, or one of the perks is that Viterbo is one of the greatest, most supportive places I've ever seen and been at. And you can have that small, close-knit community within a college town with that college vibe. So it's a really nice juxtaposition here. We have over 40 undergraduate programs that we offer. And in addition to that, we have 7 graduate programs, and you can see those listed on our slide here. Some of our distinctive programs would be our 4-year engineering program, our direct admit nursing program. We have a variety of BFA options. Most notably, our music theater program has been voted as one of the top 30 programs in the United States. So we're pretty excited about that. We also offer a BFA in acting as well as stage management. Viterbo is home to a Roadhouse for National Tours. So our students here have a lot of opportunities to learn how to load and unload a national tour, or do work on set with these professionals that come through our Fine Arts Center here in La Crosse. So that's pretty awesome. We also have our neuroscience program, sports management, technology education, and nutrition sciences. Something that's constant across all majors here at Viterbo would be our high impact practices. So I always tell students when I meet them that it's very hard to get lost in the shuffle here. Our class sizes are quite small. They're 16 is the average class size. Our faculty to student ratio is 11:1. And no matter what you do or what you study here, you have the opportunity to do research. Much of the research is done over the summer, and these are paid opportunities. We have regional and abroad opportunities for internships, which are also paid. Study abroad in itself Our clinicals, our simulation labs, all of these things are really meant for you to go out to that first job interview or head off to that professional track or master's program upon graduation and feel like you are a competitive candidate. There's a lot of one-on-one support to really help plot out who you are as a person and really create this individualized representation of yourself, because part of everything that you do is going to be marketing yourself in the world, right? And plotting your way, launching you off of after your undergraduate program here. That's one of the things I love most about Viterbo. And perhaps my favorite thing about Viterbo would be the values base to everything that you study here. So as part of your core curriculum, you will be studying how you live in a diverse world, how do you serve the common good, what are the factors that you put into play when making an ethical decision. These are all things that make our students that graduate from here very, very well-rounded and thoughtful. So they're not only going out in the world and thinking about making a great salary and having a great job, but also learning about how do they live a well-rounded, purpose-filled life. And it's really exciting to see that happen. I've been here for a few years now, and it's been really awesome to see some of the things our graduates are doing and how they're approaching the world as agents of change. So that's a really awesome part of Viterbo. Some things that are important to note would be that we are test optional for 2021-2022. And so there are scholarships available to students no matter if they are sending us test scores or not. So we do have merit scholarships ranging $10,000 up to $15,000 for each of your 4 years at Viterbo. And then we have 450 additional scholarships that we award in several different areas for our incoming freshmen. It is free to apply to Viterbo, and our application is located on our website. One of the other things I would like to point out, we're always very proud to talk about our 100% success rate, which we've had for the past several years. So within 6 months of graduating, our students are working in the field that they've studied. They're going on to their professional school or maybe a master's program. And then we have a small percentage of students that do take a year of service after they graduate. So we're really proud of all the things our students are doing and all the change that they're making in the world, and loving how they're caring so much about the world. And with that, I hope to answer any questions that you have about Viterbo. Maybe we'll see it in the chat, but have a great evening and thanks for being here.
Thank you so much. Next institution is the University of Wisconsin-Madison.
Excellent. Well, good evening, everyone. I'm very happy to be here, and thank you for joining us, taking some time out of your Monday evening to learn a little bit more about our great universities here in the state of Wisconsin. My name is Mark Swenson. I am the Alumni Relations and National Recruitment Manager here at UW-MADISON. Forgive me while I go ahead and start my timer so I do not run over during our brief time that we have together today. So broadly, UW-MADISON, we are the largest public flagship institution here in the state of Wisconsin. So we've been around as long as the state has been, since 1848. So as you can see from the screen here, we are a large place, meaning that we have over 30,000 undergraduate students. And that is definitely a big number, especially personally as an alum who came to the university from a small environment. But what I really found with this type of size is the access to so much opportunity to truly create, in the end, what is going to be a very unique experience, both academically, socially, extracurricularly, to you and truly no one else. We welcomed a class of over 7,000, nearly 7,300 new freshmen. And I think what's wonderful about our community is obviously the diversity of background and experience that we have coming to our campus. So we are very proud that we have students that are representing all 72 counties in Wisconsin, all 50 states, and 120 countries around the world. And again, that diversity of experience and knowing that those are relationships that you can build that are going to exist far, far beyond your 4 years with us is definitely one of the significant perks about being in this large community. Beyond that, despite our size, we all are able to boast a 20-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So again, our faculty are engaging in that groundbreaking research, but are still devoting significant time, obviously, to teaching, and accessibility is very much a significant point of pride. Forgive me. Beyond that, something I think makes us unique is really the guiding principle of our university, and is this thing called the Wisconsin idea. Hope you have our opportunity to research that along the way. But it really is this belief that the knowledge and the learning that you are acquiring in this classroom at UW-MADISON should not be bound to the four walls of that room. And it is this challenge to take that knowledge and in some capacity better the lives of people in your community and your state and across the globe. So it is this forward-thinking attitude, this commitment to others, this truly just a challenge to take that knowledge and make sure that it is not just there with you for that 4 years that you're on our campus that really makes UW-Madison who we are and has really propelled us to be this top research institution, this nationally and internationally recognized institution, and has also led us to a pretty unique distinction that I will share now, which is that we are not only the #1 sender of alumni into the Peace Corps, but we also have the most alumni serving as Fortune 500 CEOs of any school in the country. So two very, very distinct and different paths, but really think that that is the Wisconsin idea at work with our students going out and doing something with that degree. Academic offerings, again, a variety is a huge theme to think about here, being that we do boast 125 different undergraduate majors that span across our 8 schools and colleges. Now, we do assess students for admissibility to the university as a whole, and we do have only 4 programs in which we're going to be looking at students for direct entry into those competitive programs. Those would be the School of Business, the Wisconsin School of Business, the College of Engineering, as well as our music and dance programs. You will also note that we have 70 certificate programs. They're essentially the equivalent to a minor, taking a very interdisciplinary approach in their addition and complement to your major level program. So again, variety definitely the name of the game. Again, we have areas of strength across many of our schools and colleges, including having some of our top-ranked business and engineering programs, just to name a few. But I wish I could sit here and talk academics at UW all evening. With that, we'll move on to talk a little bit about our review process. Actually, first I will talk just briefly about some of our different opportunities for involvement in the classroom. We have outside of the classroom, we have over 1,000 student organizations on our campus, something that we're very proud that we're able to boast. We are also the #2 sender of students into semester-long study abroad programs. So significant piece of the Wisconsin experience. And we have these study abroad programs spanning 200 programs, 70 countries, and 6 different continents. Beyond that, I already mentioned earlier that we are the #8 research institution in the country. So that said, research opportunities accessible to our undergraduate students, whether that be joining in an ongoing research or starting your own research through many of our undergraduate, formal undergraduate research scholars programs. On top of that, we also do compete at the Division I level in athletics. I will not attempt to name our 23 varsity sports, but with that, again, if you really want that opportunity to sport your school spirit through the avenue of athletics, UW-Madison can very much fulfill that, as we have been rated as being the #1 sports college sports town in the country. I will briefly talk about Madison, Wisconsin. So we are the capital of the state of Wisconsin with over 250,000 residents, a wonderful size because you do get a lot of the amenities of a much bigger metropolitan area while still being in a place that is very much easy to access, easy to navigate, and is still, again, very much that college town. To transition to talk about our holistic review process, we did receive a record number of applications last year, but we truly do adhere to this review process, meaning that we do not have minimums or formulas. We're not throwing GPAs and test scores into a calculator and whatever pops out is how we build our class. We are truly looking at every single element of your application and making that final determination on your admission to the university. That said, the first and foremost concern for us is academic excellence, but that doesn't mean just the high GPA. We go far, far beyond that. We want to look at the type of coursework that you're taking, hopeful that you're challenging yourself in that academic coursework that is accessible to you while also performing well. But beyond that, we want to learn so much more about you and learn about who you are outside of the classroom and those things you're going to be bringing to our community. That said, we will accept 2 different applications, our Common App and our UW System application. We're of course going to be looking very deep into that course and grades and coursework as really the starting and end point of our review. The essays are the opportunity for you to share more about yourself, who you are, and we love learning about you. Because again, we're trying to envision who you are going to be in our campus community. We are a very engaged campus, so we of course want to hear about those things you're involved in outside of the classroom. And we do also require a letter of recommendation from an academic source. Beyond that, you will notice the asterisk next to test scores. We are test optional through the summer 2023 term. So that said, we do not expect you to submit a test score to us. You will not be disadvantaged whatsoever if you choose not to submit a test score to us. It has always been one of many factors that we are considering. So do keep that in mind. We do have 2 competition periods, including early action, which is a November 1st deadline, with decisions coming back no later than the end of January, and a regular decision deadline of February 1st. If you're serious about Wisconsin, very much would encourage you to apply early action to us. And I will click through, if you do want more specialized information, do be sure to visit our website, if I could actually get onto the correct slide, and you will find our contact information there. So again, thank you all for your time this evening.
Great, thank you so much. I'll go ahead and grab it. And just to thank everybody for attending the presentation. One of the things that I think are also very important is to hear about the wonderful traditions that are part of the institutions. So if I can have all of the representatives come back on screen, and I would love to ask if you could share one of your favorite traditions about your institution. And it can be an event, it can be something that happens all the time, but just something that's unique or a special tradition about your institution. So we can go in the order in which you presented. So I can start with Alverno, if you would like to share a special tradition.
Yeah, so I think that my favorite one is, like we said earlier, we are a Catholic Franciscan college, and though there again is no requirement for you to be Catholic Franciscan or participate in Mass or anything like that, one really big part of the Franciscan faith is a commitment to service, and that is present kind of everywhere on campus. Again, still no requirement, but it would be maybe a little bit strange if you didn't want to give back to the community in some way. So one thing that we do every single year, it's not a big thing really in the grand scheme of things, but we have something called Community Day. It is usually the first Wednesday in October, where everybody, like campus shuts down. Most of our offices are closed or at least run on a skeleton crew. Classes are canceled. And students and faculty and staff, everybody just goes out into the community to like 60 different locations or something like that to give back, which is absolutely awesome. We love doing that. So yeah, I would say that that's my favorite tradition at Alverno.
Yeah, absolutely. And as the institutions are sharing about their traditions, please feel free to drop any questions into the Q&A, any last minute questions that you have. And as you hear about the traditions, just envision yourself and on their campus and being part of those experiences. So, if the representatives can take 30 or 40 seconds just to share, those traditions. So I'll hand it over to Lawrence University to kind of share about your favorite tradition.
Sure. So my favorite tradition on campus is definitely Welcome Week. It's the week after Labor Day. And all of our students move back on campus, but the first Tuesday is all of our first year students move onto campus. And then that night there is a welcome in our memorial chapel. So you moved into your dorm and you come to the chapel with your parents and your siblings or whoever came with you to move you in, and we welcome you, and my whole office is there, and we all cry because we're so excited to see you. And you get welcomed by the president and the vice president of enrollment management, and you're presented with your class color. Every class at Lawrence has a color. And then at the end of the night, every single student does sign the honor pledge and shakes the president's hand. And it's just a real welcome to our community. And the honor code is definitely a common language that our students live by, and our students feel really comfortable leaving very expensive musical instruments and laptops and wallets out around campus, and nothing is really ever stolen. And so that's just my favorite tradition and welcome to the university.
Yeah, thank you. And a Milwaukee School of Engineering?
Yeah, so I would say my favorite tradition at Milwaukee School of Engineering is St. Patrick's Week. St. Patrick's Week is a week long of fun activities. Kids are being kids. It's just a great time to be in downtown Milwaukee. And on Friday, you cut your professor's ties, you cut the VP's ties, and all the big wigs that you wouldn't have that chance obviously during the school year. So it's just a more mellow, relaxed week of just fun and activity and just family community. So I would say that's my favorite part of the year is St. Patrick's Week.
Great. And for Viterbo, what would be your favorite tradition?
One of my very favorite traditions would be our first lecture. Every incoming class is gifted a common read. One of our last ones was Educated by Tara Westover, and the whole campus comes together that first week of classes, and we go to our Fine Arts Center. There's over 1,100 seats in that Fine Arts Center, and we have 3 of our professors do like a TED Talk style lecture based on that common read that we gifted all the students. And then the lecture is always really inspiring and compelling. There ends up being a lot of discussion and engagement with everyone across campus. And then for the freshmen within that first year, that's a part of your core curriculum. And then we've always been able to have the author come and speak to campus that first sometime in that first fall. So it's just an ongoing, really cool experience for many different reasons. So yeah, thanks.
Yes, that is really neat, especially for the students to be able to meet the author and so forth. So great. And University of Wisconsin-Madison?
Hi. Oh, this is always a wonderful question. We just got done with a really wonderful tradition on campus, which is called Fill the Hill, which is actually where we fill Bascom Hill, which is kind of the center of our campus, with pink flamingos. So it was originally done as a prank back in the 1970s, but turned into a really wonderful fundraising opportunity to really bring in monies for different scholarship programs to be distributed across campus. So just before the snow came down on the ground, there were hundreds and hundreds of pink flamingos all throughout our campus. So a really wonderful tradition that always, it seems like it always sneaks up on us year to year, but I think really very much emblematic of really how much our community has a pride in the university and really wants to give back to continue the level of the experience that we have here at the University of Wisconsin.
Absolutely. Pink flamingos, I can just picture that. So that's wonderful. Well, thank you everyone for attending. Thank you to the presenters for providing of your time and also providing of your insight into your institution. Thank you for all of you for attending and asking great questions. As you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. And also, this was just one of the many sessions being hosted, so be sure to ask to sign up for additional sessions. And in about a week, you'll be able to find the sessions recordings as well as any other recordings or any other sessions that you've attended. Thank you again, and we look forward to seeing you in a different session. Have a great day.